Hello! Welcome to Basic Outdoor Skills Channel. My name's Walt. How are you doing today? In episode 6 of the podcast, we talked about cost versus value. So, there's the old saying, you get what you pay for. And the truth is, sometimes you pay for something you don't actually get. So, cost versus value. Now, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a good value. You really don't. And I'll show you some examples where you don't have to spend a lot of money to get your money's worth. But then again, sometimes if you spend a little more money, you do get your money's worth. We'll start there. Now, a few years ago, I bought a knife. And if any of you have seen this knife, okay, it was made by Paratrax. Here's this knife, this beautiful knife. Now this came out about shortly after the Tom Brown tracker, and yeah, I know they were trying to rip off Tom Brown. They were trying to make a little money. I had this useless knife in the handle. The handle is it's massive. I have pretty big hands, and as you can see, it's a handful for me. This is, 420 J2 steel. So it'll take an edge, but it doesn't hold an edge, and yeah, I don't know. For a machete, it's alright. For a knife, not so much, I think. Anyway, I paid $89.99 for this, and was sorely disappointed. So now, fast forward a few years later. Let's see if I can get that in there. So it's the Kershaw, okay, D2 steel. So it's sharp, it stays sharp. And this knife will last me the rest of my life and several generations thereafter. I paid exactly the same amount, $79.99. So I paid the same for this knife as I paid for this knife. So in this instance, I paid exactly the same for this knife and got the better value. This will literally last all of my life and several generations thereafter. So even if you spend the same amount, you can definitely get a better deal. Okay, much better value. Okay, let's move on to things that you don't have to spend a lot of money for to get a good value, right? Cost as opposed to value. This is a cool bottle. I like this bottle. Okay, you can take it apart. Now you've got a drinking glass that you can boil water in. You've got a cup you can drink out of. That's really cool. And in my area, it's about 15 bucks. I paid $15 for this. And that's cool. I like it. On the other hand, I paid $3 for this one. There's no cup to it. Well, unless you want to drink out of the lid, I suppose. But you can still boil water in here. And I paid $3 for this one. So, keeping in mind, cost versus value, I could have bought 5 of these bottles for the same price as this bottle. Like I say, I really like this bottle. This is a really cool bottle. But I'll probably burn this one up in a fire before I ever put this one in a fire, just because, well, this one costs 5 times more. Stainless steel. They're on both of these bottles. The stainless steel is the same thickness as good, thick stainless steel. So there's your value, a good value. Now sometimes going cheap is, not the way to go. This knife, see if I can get it in here. Whoop. Nah, I don't think I can. Anyway, this knife cost me all of $1.50. Folding knife, serrated handle. You can see it's a liner lock. Belt clip. And to be honest, Yeah, I paid about $1.49 too much for a $1.50 knife. Now, as opposed to value, of course, the Open L, this knife cost me $8. Okay, it's got the ring lock, wood handle, just a simple folder, but the steel, this blade, beautiful carbon steel. It'll last easily the rest of my life unless I do something stupid and break it. But just, you know, my thought process is this is a knife and it's for cutting. It's not for chopping or hacking. So for $8, I mean, that's an awesome value. I got an $8 knife that'll last the rest of my life, you know, bar me doing something stupid and breaking it, as opposed to the cheaper knife, which I can't even get an edge on this. I literally cannot get an edge, a sharp edge. So a $1.50 knife that you can't get a sharp edge on, you know, completely friggin' useless. Okay, now let's move on to something where the cost and the value are equivalent. Not to each other. But here I have an aluminum cup, and for this cup I paid $2 and I believe 49 cents, and it's a good solid cup. I mean, now don't get me wrong, I can't do that with the handle because I'll crush the handle, but as far as the cup itself goes, that's a good solid cup. Definitely worth way more than, you know, $2.49. And it's aluminum. And of course, the stainless steel. That's got a good solid handle on it. I'm not going to squeeze it too much because it will bend. But the cup itself, that's a good strong cup. Now this cup cost me $10. They did have one for $5, but I like this one better, so I got this one. But either one of these cups I can set in a fire and boil water. I can drink out of, I can eat out of. This one's not going to last as long just because, well, aluminum's not as durable as stainless steel. But for the price, you know, I could buy 4 of these for the same price as one of these. And the truth is, I'll probably use up all 4 of these in about the same amount of time I'll use up this one. So there's something else to take into consideration. You know, especially if money's tight. I mean, this will last $10 worth, and this will last $2.50 worth. So, you know, buy 4 of these if you like. Or if you can't afford, you know, just buy one of these until you can get something better you like. But anyway, that's what I mean by cost versus value. Just because something is expensive, like really expensive, I don't know, say like a really cool knife that you buy sight unseen online because, well, it looked cool and your brain wasn't working that day. Or you can spend the same amount of money and get a tool that you know is worth the money. You can spend a little bit of money and get the same quality and durability as more money. Or you can pay 25% less and still have durability. Or you can pay, you know, full price. You pay 4 times more and get 4 times more longevity out of it. Either way, the value is the same. The value is equivalent to the price. So that's what we were talking about. If you'd like to hear the whole conversation, please check out our podcast. In iTunes, it's Basic Outdoor Skills, all one word. If you don't want to go to iTunes, you can go to the website, basicoutdoorskills.com, and click on the podcast tab. That's all for now, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Bye now.